Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and I've got another movie for you guys for File 13. I hope you're enjoying File 13 out there. I know I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, and I've got two just doozies coming at you back to back here. Both European zombie, I was gonna say classics, but classically bad. Let's put it that way. And the first one I want to talk about is Hell of the Living Dead, and I've always really loved this cover art here. Of course, this is the alternate title, Night of the Zombies, but I love the tagline there. They eat the living. I remember seeing this video box art in my local video stores as a kid and just thinking that that was the coolest looking cover art, but never really got around to seeing it until many years later, and I actually revisited it the other day. Yes, I was that bored to revisit Hell of the Living Dead, but I'm glad that I did, because Hell of the Living Dead, it's directed by Bruno Mattei under one of his many aliases. It is a story of, there is this chemical plant in New Guinea, of all places, and they're experimenting with this new chemical called Sweet Death. Really? Sweet Death. Well, of course, the chemical leaks. People who are exposed to it turn into mindless, flesh-hungry zombies. The zombies in this movie are mostly people with like gray-painted faces. Think of Romero's Dawn of the Dead, only not as good. I mean, if you can kind of mess up painting someone's face gray to make them look like a zombie, they kind of do in this movie. Also, Goblin does the music on this soundtrack, and they actually recycle some Dawn of the Dead music, which sounds really good. But then, like, the original music that they've done for this movie is awful. Like, I was shocked. I was like, this is Goblin? I don't know, but anyway, bad music, bad looking zombies for the most part. They do have a few zombies where like they went the extra mile and like they put some Rice Krispies on their faces, or they threw on like a chicken cutlet to make it look like hanging flesh, or like, you know, they peeled the flesh off, they peeled the skin off of some fried chicken and like glued it onto somebody's cheek to make it look like rotting human flesh or something. Anyway, it is up to this elite SWAT team to go into New Guinea and investigate why people are turning into zombies. And when I say elite, I use that phrase very lightly, because in actuality, they look and act like this just blundering, murderous goon squad, really. They are hilarious. They are inappropriate. They are just stupid. Absolutely stupid. How they were ever deemed to be elite. How they even made it to, I mean, ostensibly they look in their mid to late 30s, early 40s. How they even made it that far in life is shocking to me. Absolutely shocking to me. But yeah, aided by a journalist who, apparently she has some, she spent some time in the, with the indigenous tribal people of New Guinea, and in order for her and the elite SWAT team to get to this facility where they're dealing with these chemicals. Again, why they put it in New Guinea, surrounded by indigenous tribal people in the deep woods, I don't know, but I guess, you know, hey, you're dealing with sweet death here, so you're going to want to put it way out there. But for her, or for them to be able to get to this base, they have to go through the tribal people, who are not very friendly. So this woman, this journalist, who clearly has had some past run-ins with these tribal people, decide, you know, you guys hang back. I've got to go talk to these people. They'll remember me, and I'll smooth things out. But, of course, she has to get naked first, because the tribal people, how are they going to recognize her unless she's completely naked? I mean, that makes perfectly good sense to me. Anyway, this film is a complete and utter mess. But in kind of an entertaining way. We have some absolutely awful dialogue, some of the worst dialogue, and I kind of thought, well, maybe, you know, something was lost in the translation. Because, I mean, we've got dialogue like, you know, with the SWAT team saying, don't go in there and get how do you say, don't go in there and get your balls wasted. And another guy goes, well, when did you start caring about our balls? I'm thinking there's got to be something lost in translation from the Italian to the English dubbing of this movie. There had to be something lost in translation. There's another scene where zombies are coming at, and the zombies again, they look awful and they move like they're doing the robot. I mean, they're like, you know, they're not moving like zombies. They're moving like they're doing the robot. But there's zombies coming at these two people. And the guy's like, maybe they're lepers. They don't seem to want to harm us. And the woman is like, I wouldn't be so sure. Great stuff going on there. Got a lot of stock footage in this movie and some really inappropriate stock footage. We have like actual tribal funeral death ceremonies in this movie. We have actual footage of like corpses arranged in like ceremonial fashions for their death. And the voiceovers from the SWAT guys, they're talking about having sex, and at one point one of them talks about having sex with a corpse. They cut to one of them who's like ostensibly taking a leak next to this one person's body. Just really inappropriate use of the stock footage there. It is, oh goodness, it is just an absolute mess of a movie, but kind of entertaining. You know, as a zombie movie fan, I kind of expect a certain level, like especially with like the European zombie movies. They're all about gore, they're all about nudity, they're all about just pure, shameless exploitation. And Hell of the Living Dead has all that in it really to a T, with not a whole lot of really good gore in it per se, but just a fun kind of movie that just plays by its own rules and its own logic, that has absolutely no grounding in reality. Like at one point, one of the SWAT guys is like taunting the zombies. And he's going, come and get me, come and get me. And the zombies are literally surrounded him. And they're just kind of going, ooh, ooh. And like at one point you can see like one of the zombie guys is actually like laughing and smiling, because it's so absurd, the scene that he's having to act like a zombie in, while this guy is just acting like a nut. And the direction is like, now don't, I know you're right on top of him, but don't grab him. Don't act like you're going to bite him. Don't, you know, it's just, it's ridiculous. And literally the zombie is like smiling and laughing during this scene because it is so ridiculous. And the director, I mean, and it's not like it's not plain as day, but I'm sure the director was just like, let's just get it done and let's go. Yeah, Hell of the Living Dead, a really fun, bad movie, entertainingly bad. It's, I don't know, it's one of those movies you just kind of got to see to believe. It's so sort of out there. But yeah, just awful acting, awful dialogue, bad special effects. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's File 13 to the absolute core. It's exploitation, it's trashy, it's violent, it's bloody, it's gory, it's just a hoot. And yeah, if you get the opportunity to check out Hell of the Living Dead, I actually recommend it. It's one of those movies you just kind of got to, your life is not complete until you've sat through the entirety of Hell of the Living Dead. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will return very soon with another European zombie movie that is even worse than Hell of the Living Dead, if that's possible, and it is. But you have to stay tuned for that. So, until next time, you guys take it easy. Peace.